Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are back in Kerbalism's real solar system. This is a stream featuring around Kerbalism's real solar system, and for those that don't know, it is essentially real solar system, so our real solar system model, but shrunk down to Kerbin scales. So the scale is still regular KSP. I'm playing with mostly stock parts. I do have the restock mod installed and a few other things, and actually quite a lot of other mods that are not part mods. You can find the full description down there below. But I do want to, let's pick up kind of where we left off. If you recall, at the end of last week's stream, I was going for the Moon Programs strategy. This is coming from the Strategia mod, which is right there, which actually makes the administrative building useful. Close that for a second, because it's a little overwhelming. But you pick programs, and then you try to achieve those programs. Gives you kind of a bit of a directions. And I had the Moon Programs, which required me to land 3 times on the surface of the Moon. And the one that crashed at the end of last week was my 3rd attempt, and I would consider crashing a failure. But if I go over here and look at my archives, I can show you that it actually got completed. It's down here somewhere. There it is, the Moon Probes. I don't know how that happened. A crash counts. Weird. So this actual program did get completed, which I find really funny with that crash. So if I go back into here, you can see it's not here anymore. I don't have it available to select anymore because I can't pick it unless I've never orbited the Moon before, and of course I've orbited the Moon now a number of times. So I do have to look into here and pick some more programs. I'm not set to start to go beyond the Moon and start. You can see it keeps going. I'm not I'm not gonna go there. Not yet. Not ready for that yet. In fact, what I want to do is I want to start focusing on more crewed things, specifically starting to build space stations, and then obviously working my way towards doing a crewed moon landing. That's kind of the way I'm going, and then we'll start thinking about going interplanetary. Now, I do want to show, yes, Kerbal construction time. There's nothing being built right now. I do have the Lunar 3. Let's actually hit the edit on this one, and we'll go take a look at it. So this is a craft that was built. I've been working on it for the past couple of streams. I don't know if this is going to work. The attempt of it is a uncrewed land and return mission. So what it is it is so gosh darn ugly looking, because I don't have good lifting parts, especially in the 1.875 or 2.5 meter range. I'm still working mostly with 1.25 meter parts, but there is a return capsule here which you can collect all the science into. It can return to Kerbin. It's got a heat shield under it. Then there's a little ascent vehicle underneath that. You can see there's a decoupler here. I can actually show people if I there. Oh, I'm taking the engine off. There we go. Get off. There we go. There's the little ascent vehicle that will get it back to Kerbin. And then we have ourselves our transfer and lander vehicle, and then this big, ugly, very draggy monstrosity. I don't have big fairings either. Is what gets it into orbit. And the thing that got me a little bit concerned is I crashed last week because of an engine failure. So what I'm thinking about is upgrading, especially this Terrier engine. This Terrier engine has to do, I can also look at textures. I built this way too quickly. We'll go with that. This Terrier engine's what's going to do most of the work. Now, what I do want to be a little bit careful of here, we'll look at it over here, is I do have, wow, there's a lot of delta V in this thing. No, that makes sense. It needs to be in around the 3720 range, and it's what? That can't be right. 20, well, whatever. I want to look at this delta V here. No, this one's right. Yeah, oh, actually I got quite a lot. Sorry, I'm mumbling to myself. I budgeted in around 2860 for this stage, and it's 2146. So that's pretty good. Because if I upgrade this engine, it increases the cost, which I'm not too worried about, but it does increase the mass of it. So let's see. Let's change this engine upgrade to that. Now, what did that do to high? Oh, it only knocked off 12 meters per second off of that. So you know what? I'm going to go for that. Engine quality to high on you. So I don't want to get all the way to the moon and have an engine fail on me again. And what about this little guy here? Should I upgrade you? So this has 992 meters per second. The budget to get back is around 860 from the surface of the moon. If I up... This won't need to do nearly as much work as the one below, so I'm not as worried about this one. It only knocks off 5 meters per second. Let's put both those to high. Let's just do that. Okay, so that was a bit of an edit. It's going to take 36 minutes and 54 seconds for our engineers to implement that. So let's kind of get that started. Okay. And let's see, what else did I write for things I want to do before I get started and actually launch that thing? I want to take a look at contracts. Why is... There we go. We're back. I want to take a look at contracts, and if I go to all, I really want to start getting into these bases and stations. And the thing I noticed is I do have a scan for a suitable notation. That seems like a weird one, but what I want... Where's the one where it's just like build your first... Here, crew a base or station? Where's the one that's build a station? And that seems to be the thing too. I want to start getting into some of these. I do like that it actually tells you what the requirements are. And I looked at this between the two streams. I just want to show it to you. And now all of a sudden I can't find the one I'm looking for. Let's just build a station. Launch a new space station. Oh my gosh. And I got some things that are unmet here. But these have to do with, I need to have the hitchhiker can, and I need to have curved solar panels or the Kopernicus solar panels. So let's go take a look. I haven't got that tech unlocked yet. Let's take a look in here and see what it's going to take to get that. So if I get to the hitchhiker can, where is that hidden? And this is the Kiwi tech tree. It is way over here. It's going to cost $280. So, but I have to obviously research this guy first. Adds a shower. Why is that coming to the Columbus Laboratory module? Okay. All right. Well, let's get that starting to get researched. We'll start that going. And I have 152 left. Where are those solar panels? I'm not too impressed with how this arranges these, you know. But I'm kind of... I bet you these are the circuit. I bet you this is what they're talking about. I got to start moving my way along this direction. These are the 1.6. Yeah, so I got to start getting solar panels. So why don't we research that one too? Can I do that for 85? Sure. Let's... Whoops. Research. We'll start working. I also got to start getting some bigger, but clearly I need more science. So we'll get that going. Yeah, that's all I can do. Okay. Sometimes I end up doing stuff and then noticing things in the chat saying, don't do that. Let's get rid of this window. I'm thinking, oh, I know what I wrote to myself. I do have a contract, sorry. I know I'm jumping around a lot. And it's in the KSRSS. I want to start getting into doing some stuff with some Kerbals. A first docking, right? So let's, that's a good thing to start working towards. So you just got to launch 2 vessels. What does it say here? New vessel, at least 1 Kerbals on board, achieve an orbit about, and then dock 2 of them together. That's a good one. to work towards. So why don't we see... I do have a vehicle. This is the Onion 2. What's the Onion 2 like? Yeah, I know. The order of parts. And I know I've said this in other streams as well, I keep trying different tech trees, but one of the ones I tried quite some time ago, and it's my basis of comparison all the time, is Unkerbal Start. That is easily my favorite tech tree. Okay, is this a 2 crude? It is not. It is a 1 crude one. Okay, so what we'll do, let's cancel the edits. I want to build a brand new 2 crude, or start the construction of brand new 2 crude vessel. That's what we'll do. Oh, and I also wrote a note to myself to do gravity science. Maybe that would be a better idea. Start unlocking more science. Yeah. Gravity science. That might be a good one. I wrote a note, gravity science. Get all this going. I do have now unlocked the GravMax Gravioli detector. And it takes a lot of work to get it, but there's a fair amount of science in science high and space high, space low. And, okay, it's not biome specific. But what I'm thinking about is launching a whole crew of these. It takes 90 days to collect all the science. But if I launch a vessel that just has a bazillion little probes on it, and just drop them all, so they're all collecting science independently, I think I should be able to do that pretty quick. So why don't we start with that? That seems like a simple build. Do I always have a lot of science? Eric is saying I always have a lot of science. I don't feel like I have a lot of science in this game. I just used it up. When I play the stock game, definitely. If Eric, if you're referring to this stream, I don't feel like I do have a lot of science. If you're referring to my stock game, yeah, I do have a video out there. I can't link to it now, but it's like, I think it's just simply called Early Game Science. And if you want, so what I wanted to, if you want to check that out, just how to get science, because I think the game's pretty obscure when it comes to how to get your science. Anyway, what I want to do, I want to build a GravMax Gravioli detector. Now, if I configure the uncrewed, is that one of the options in here? Geiger counter, because all of this stuff I've gotten, I think, tons of. Okay, no. So let's put this all down to none, because I'm pretty sure I have gotten all of this science. So no science in there. Oh, what's the herd? Okay, wait, we got some new stuff. Sorry. New science. Always gotta look for new science. The heuristic exploration of radio data uses the probe's telecommunication system to determine physical properties of planets and moons. Okay, so let's see. What kind of restrictions do we have here? It talks about data side duration. Takes only 20 minutes to collect. Okay, maybe we got something useful here. Oh, this is for radiation belts. Inner belt, outer belt, and the magnetosphere. Needs electricity, needs a minimum inclination. Oh, so you put it in a polar orbit. And that seems to be about it. Okay. Okay, so, but it obviously only goes around bodies that have magnetics. Okay, so I got a new experiment. Then there's telemetry. Let's see if there's another new one. Geiger, lights I've got, mites I've done, sights I've done, none, heard. Okay, let's... Let's put the herd on this. Get that going. And I also want this guy. The GravMax Gravioli detector. We'll turn that on. We'll turn that on. And what I want to do... No, let's just put this up. I'm going to look here. Now, the GravMax here, I can look at the science tool. That's a better window to look at right here. And if you click on just what's on the current vessel, you only have this. This gravity scan, and I screwed this up with my moon landers, it has a data rate of 13.28 kilobytes per second. And if I take a look at the antennas I have, My fastest antenna is this one, the HG high gain antenna, the HD5, and it's only 5.44 kilobytes per second, and putting more of them on doesn't help. It always just looks at whatever's the fastest antenna. So I guess I just gotta grab this and stick it on the side here somewhere. But that does mean that, yeah, we're gonna give it as big a hard drive as we can. Okay, so that's going to help to transmit it. Now I do have, let's think about electrical generation. That's this button. With both science experiments on, it only will last for 5 minutes and 40 seconds. What do my batteries say? So if I put on, actually let's go to this one. Stick it on here. I can upgrade these batteries to super high density. Now it'll last for 20 minutes. Let's put on 2 of them. Now it'll last for 30. I'm thinking of it getting through the night. That'll easily get through the night. And it uses up 0.205 units of electric charge per second. So if I can find me, I'm hoping I can cover that with some Oxstat solar panels. Do this. You know what? Why not put them down here? Actually, even better. Put these up here, and then surround this. Now, do these upgrade? They do not. Right? Oh, the upgrade just makes them last longer, if I recall. Oh, there's different textures. I do not see the difference. Oh, you can create more power. Advanced cells, a plus 30% power. That's the thing I do like in the Kiwi tech tree. Or all the, you gotta look for this stuff. Okay, so now we're generating Oh, I don't need that. I don't need it that powerful, so I can go with the cheaper ones. Cool. Cool. All right. So what I'm thinking of just maybe putting this up. Oh, did I factor the antenna in? That's a very good point. I don't know if I did. Back here. Antennas being transmitting is in the planner, so this data consumption is considering the transmitting or the electricity consumption. So basically, that's a little probe that will collect. This is I'm just going to call it a science probe. That's it. And I'm just going to stick this into space and see what it'll do for me. Really, that's about it. What does this look like when it's open? Okay. Let's see. What else? I think that's pretty good. So, if I want to get it into orbit, okay, let's just build a little... What is it? Just a little Oscar A on the bottom. A little ant engine under that. Oh my gosh, really? I'm on two-way symmetry. Snap to there. Okay. What does that do for me? So that's a 0.64 thrust to weight ratio. 460. Yep. Doesn't have to go far. Let's go a little bigger. Maybe an Oscar B with a couple of those spidery engines on it. There we go. And that can deal with the upper part of the insertion too. This. All right. Oh, I still don't have decent decouplers. My big. Oh wait, I do. I have the. Oh, I do have the TD-06 decoupler. I get mixed up between this and the game I'm doing in my. Okay. And what do I have for structural parts? Oh, I'm starting to get this stuff. Okay, good. This makes me feel better. So I'm gonna do a bit of this, And we'll put a fairing around this. A nice 1.25 meter fairing. There we go. This should all be doable. Still don't have any frickin' lights. Life without lights. I'm reading Peter's chat thing there. Small batteries. If you use as much batteries as you need to create the same amount of energy do the big ones provide. Okay. Oh, I also watched. Okay. There are configs for black. Oh, I am not getting into volumetric clouds or anything like that, Pablu. Sorry, you'll have to investigate that one on your own. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get back to this. I mean, honestly, what you see in this stream is everything I know about the mods that I have. Like, that's about the end of it. Okay, I should have a swivel engine here somewhere. That's what I'm thinking of using to get up. There it is. Do something very simple. Okay, so that's a total DV of 5,000. If I had 3,800, yeah, it's fine. This is gonna do it. This is gonna do it. It's gonna build something really simple. I'm just looking for the small tail fins. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask? No. Oh, I do want as well. Ooh, see, I start thinking about more stuff. I only have... Still only have the big KOS probe core, so I'm not going to put it on the big, but I'm going to put it here. We will just do a basic boot. There we go. That's my KOS for running KOS scripts. 48, so if I take off 36, it's still, yeah, that's enough for laughing about. We'll see. We'll see what we can do with it. I want to spend a lot of time with this. Honestly, I'm thinking this is about it. Let's build the fairing. There we go. Let's go two-way, and a lot of force. Clamshell deploy. Do that, do that, do that. That's about there, but what I'm going to do is take that out of the staging. We're going to stage this with an action group. And I also... we'll leave it. That's good. Put that back. A couple of launch clamps. Several launch clamps, really. There we go. Very basic, very simple science probe. I need to gear down this launch TWR. Not nearly that low, of course. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm just going to give this a little test flight, just to see how she does and if she gets up the way I'm hoping that she gets up. Actually, it's still, well, we'll see. Let's give this a little bit of a test flight. So we're going to run our simulation mode. There we go. So you're looking at the energy density of the different batteries. The big ones are heavier and more expensive, but hold the same amount of energy. So I'm sorry, Peter, I'm losing track. Which one's more energy dense, the big ones or the small ones? I guess I got to figure that stuff out for myself. I think that's what you're referring to. And by energy density, I mean how much electric charge per kilogram. All right, we're going to give this a little run here. So we're going to run. Oh, wait, this has got to go in a polar orbit. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, my gosh. Wasn't that heard about going into a polar orbit? I think it was. Okay, let's just really quick, restart or terminate the simulation. I got to put a little bit extra fuel. I'd forgotten that herd experiment needs to be in a polar orbit. I am pretty sure. Right, so let's just look at that sciencey thing again. This one. Filter by what's in here, and I'm looking at the herd. Yes, it needs to be in a polar orbit. Okay, so let's arbitrarily just throw on another fuel can. You can see how precisely I'm measuring this all out. Just because it's going to go in a polar orbit, that's going to be that gives it. Oh, that's an Atmo. There we go. That's a lot, and we got to increase the thrust here, the thrust limiter a bit. Why don't I actually just freaking? Nah, leave it. That's good. Now, I'm realizing something as well. I gotta just bear with me for just a moment. I've forgotten how my orbit thing works because I don't do something for a week and I forget about it. So let's save this and simulate this again. We're going to go for a polar orbit. Could I adjust the launch script for a proper launch TWR? Yeah, I probably could. I've not looked into that, Stephen. That's not a bad idea. Rather than tweaking it in the VAB. Okay, so what I need to look at... I'm sorry, I'm not going to show it to you because people get in complaint. But I'm looking at what parameters does my orbit thing take. It takes a heading and then a desired apoapsis. Easy peasy lemony squeezy. Okay, so I would like a heading, run orbit with a heading of, let's go to the south and go a little bit. I'm going to just guesstimate at 185 degrees. I'm hoping that will get me close to a polar orbit. And we'll go for an altitude of 200 kilometers. Because we are supposed to get into some radiation belts. We'll see how this goes. Oh, I hope that's meant to be kilometers, not 200 meters. I think I made a mistake. I think it's just set for 200 meters. This is why we test. I'm pretty sure this is going to conk out at 200 meters. Yep, okay. So there we go. Restart that. 200,000. Why do I go for the south? That's a very good question. I don't always go to, I think I used to go to the north, but let's run this again. So run orbit. I'm going to go with 185 and 200,000 meters. There we go. That should be better. Why do I always go to the south? Well, because, this way, let's let this get going. Because there is less land towards the south. Now we're launching from Cape Canaveral, Florida, so there's more ocean towards the south, I think, or maybe not. Maybe I am better going off to the north. In the stock game, there's definitely more ocean. It doesn't matter because obviously your boosters don't go anywhere in the game, but that's what I was thinking. Is there's no reason to go one way or the other. It's the same. But I was thinking about boosters falling and not falling on people's houses. But now that I'm looking, maybe, I don't know. But in the stock game, for sure, there's more ocean to the south. That's why I go south. And then I just got in the habit of going south. All right, so let's see. I put so little thought into this, I don't know if this is going to work or not. So yeah, so our boosters are gonna land on Fidel over here. That's the plan. Though actually we only have the one big large booster, so that'll be. Okay. Watch our Apple. Well, it's flying fine. Don't know what our inclination's doing. Oh, I can watch it from here, can I? Do I not have inclination as one of my orbital parameters? I do not. I'll have to look at it down here. Inclination's climbing just past 83 degrees. I guessed at the 185 degree heading. I think it just has to be above 85 and below 95. So there, just crossed 85, so that's good enough for the herd experiment. Speaking of which, I should take a look. Of course, we have to get into orbit too for those experiments. Okay. Now, one problem is it'll stage the fairing at 50 kilometers. I don't know. My booster won't be dry by then. I've done that before where I stage the next stage before the fairing's released, and then that goes bad. But it's going to be fine. Because then the... There we go. Okay, and that stage without incident. I think. Nothing broke. Nope. Had that happen before. Okay, what did our inclination? We're now locked to the prograde vet. Our inclination is 90 degrees. Oh, now it's 89.9. But oh my gosh. For just a shot in the dark with 85, that was pretty good. My KOS script looks more and more like McJeb. Doing pretty good. I'm impressed with that inclination of 89.9 degrees. That's pretty good. I used to have I have an orbit script somewhere. Oh wait, I gotta stage this. I need to use smart parts for staging. I didn't add that in there. But I had an orbit script somewhere that actually... What did I... Oh, 200 is what I set this at. Oh, never mind. It finished that off on its own. I just want to get a decent TWR on that stage. There we go. Okay, we're going to Control-C this because I don't trust the script. What was I saying? Oh, I used to have... T on, locked prograde. Come on. Oh, some reaction wheels wouldn't be a bad idea. Now that they don't have the engine here, the only reaction wheels are in the little pro body right here. It's gonna make it. It's gonna make it. You know what? I honestly think this is fine anyway. We're good. Yeah. Let's just revert. Let's build this. Terminate simulation. Let's build this one. It's good enough. And all of that conversation I kept talking about, I used to have a KOS script that I actually put in just the inclination I wanted, and it did some math and worked out what would be an appropriate heading, and it did a pretty decent job. But the new one I have is a lot simpler than my old one used to be. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get into here, and we'll put this on the antenna here. Toggle the antenna. There we go. Nothing else that needs to go on. No. Okay. And let's just texturize this a little bit. I like the boat tail. I'm going to go with the dark boat tail. Sorry, I hit the wrong one. That's nice. And then this one can go dark. Maybe that. It's a little too dark. And these can go dark. And then white. I don't have a lot of texturing I can do, but I'll do what I can. Oh, and a smart part. Smart part. The, what is it? The Drain X1, the fuel detector. So this will deal with the staging for me. There we go. When that tank goes dry, it'll stage. All right, let's just build this. So, I think if I just push this, it'll just build it. Yeah. And, in fact, let's build a couple of them. Okay, get a couple of those going. Don't have lights. I know, it's so sad. Lights are like way down this tech tree. Oh, is that what you found, John? Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever worked out doing it from a particular latitude. That's probably why it's not here, because I used to always do it from, in the stock game, from a 0 latitude. Building. Let's build. Okay, so I should have the VAB, Lunar 3, and then some. So it's just 35 minutes to Lunar 3. And we will roll that out. And we'll launch. Oh, just got 12.5 science from one of my moon landers. More reaction wheels? No. It's good. I was able to get the job done. Yeah, I mean, the booster was pretty much spent, but there was still like, I don't know, 1,500 meters per second in the next stage. So it was clearly going to make orbit with plenty of fuel to spare. Okay, thanks, John. I'll keep that one in mind. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's right. This is what we're going for. So this is, oh my gosh, you're ugly. Okay, so what I got to do is clear off all this extra stuff and set the moon as a target. I've at least gotten, now I'm going to jinx it, but at least I think I've gotten pretty good at getting to the moon here. So what I want to do is get to where the relative ascending node is close to 0. Ignore the descending node. Oh, wait a minute. No, I think this is going to be right. I can always look at it. When I look at it with my eyes, it's much easier to see. But you want to launch when you're just under this orbit here. I think it's going to be right. So it's going to be a launch, a night launch. Not much I can do about that. That's when our window is. You get a window every 24 hours. I'm so paranoid when it comes to time warping. So I'm looking at this number, 20 minutes away from our launch window. And I'll slow it down when we get to about 5. And I'll take a look, make sure I'm at the right one. Okay, slow down. But this looks pretty right. Center it on the Earth here. Get this all on edge. Yep, that definitely looks right. And then all we got to do is go due east, but gravity will pull our inclination down to put us into the right plane because they put some thought into where they located Cape Canaveral. We can get a couple more minutes in, I think, because it takes us a few minutes to get up there. We'll wait till we're about 2 minutes away. All right, that's good. All right, this is just going to be the run the orbit script. Not robot, but orbit. Boom. And hopefully, cross your fingers. We're off. And this is an ugly, ugly, ugly little beastie. There's no question about it. Even the way it flies up is ugly, like because you know, these guys are kind of on an angle rather than being. I like them to be to the kind of left and the right of the rocket, so when they clear, they'll clear more cleanly that way. But yeah, it is what it is. I just got lazy. They're tilted the way they are because they were clipping into these landing gear. I could easily have just moved the landing gear. I just didn't because I'm lazy. I should have just moved the landing gear now that I'm thinking about it, but oh well. You think, oh, really? Cape Canaveral's location was really just pure luck. There was an Army test range there before NASA. That's kind of amazing, really. Actually, it looks pretty good at night with the reflections. The engine lighting. Still looks alright. Be nicer with lights, but what are you gonna do? and I do have a contract. I should point that out. Land on the moon and come back to Earth. Right here. That's it. I think that's the one. Land on the moon and come back to Earth. Gather some... no, this one requires me to do an EVA experiment, which obviously I can't do. So this is it. Just land anywhere and come back. That's the plan. What mod allows you to have the KSC at the Cape? It is... Oh... Okay, those separated cleanly. That's good. I'm honestly trying to remember probably what it is. And it's just escaping me. It's in the list, and it has, I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. I don't want to guess, but it is in the list of mods in the description of this video. If you drop a comment into the comments section of this video, I'll look it up and I'll tell you which one it is. Or maybe somebody else has already answered it in the chat. That's entirely possible. Okay. All right, this is going good. Going good, going good, going good. As ugly as it is. I always get people... Not always, but a very, very common comment I get on my tutorial videos are people complaining about drag. And if you're building like something like an SSTO, I get it. Drag is a big deal. If you're building a rocket, honestly, it's not... I mean, you don't want it to be unbalanced so that there's so much drag at the top it flips around. But honestly, you spend so little time during your ascent in that lower chunk of the atmosphere where there's reasonably thick air. Once you're above like 9-10 kilometers, it's like drag schmag. It doesn't matter that much anymore. But people get really hung up on it. And does it cost you a bit of fuel? Yeah, but put on an extra tiny little fuel can and you got that covered. Like sometimes you just gotta kind of put up with it. All right, how we doing? How we doing? We are at 67 kilometers on our apoapsis. I believe this will cut at 80. And I'm looking forward to doing a good job. Yep, 80. All right. There we go. And again, we're going to be losing the booster during this whole... But when it gets to... I'm just going to take what would be a good... I want to get the TWR, that booster, so it's not like going to blow the doors off this thing. That's good. Once it gets into space, it'll set up the node for the circularization, but because the node will actually be having a staging event in there, I know that my script doesn't handle that well, so I'll do the actual insertion manually. Okay, there we go. Let it find that vector. Nicely done, nicely done. And then we're just going to close this like that. Okay. And then we're going to put SAS on. And we'll do this business manually. Tuck that a little bit. Just about there. No, actually, I should have probably started earlier. It's not going to be a long burn. Do it right here, and then... Oh, it did that automatically, of course. I almost double staged that. Alright, happy with that. More looking at these parameters than anything. Let's orient this onto the normal vector for now. I got solar panels all over this thing, so it should be good. All right, let's see. So we should be nicely in the plane of the moon. It does look like that we are. And what do I got? Oh no, I got a burn there, dummy. I don't know what I was thinking about. I got to put a maneuver here. And the moon's a little further than it is in the stock game. Oops. There we go. So it costs a little bit more. I can see I'm going to be coming in a little bit northwards, but that's actually okay. Being in an inclined orbit will actually give us more options for picking our landing spot. Go for there, 18 kilometers. That'll be fine. Come here. Stop that. I wanted to turn that off. There we go. And that's a... Where's my ship? There we go. Why am I zoomed out so far? It is a 1 minute and 21 second burn coming up in 5 minutes. So let's do this. And this should be able to handle it now that there's not a staging event. So run, execute, maneuver. Okay. What mods am I using? Oh my gosh, that is a big question with a big answer. I'm not going to list them all, but they are all listed down there in the description, Marshall. So take a look. You will find it all there. Okay. I do like, though, for this, like, if you look at this, this is pretty much stock parts. I think there's the odd restock part that sneaks in there, but that's about it. And I still like kind of the stockish parts. I really do. The only time I actually go for big part mods is if I'm doing something like Real Solar System, where you're forced to, really. Well, you're not forced to. You can be masochistic and try and do it with the stock parts, but you don't want to do that. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. It's burning. Oh boy, I do not have a... No, it's only a thrust to weight around 1, so not a lot of power in that. But the only... I am a little bit concerned for this thing's... the height of it. It is... just want to make sure. I don't want to run the material. I just want to make sure any science that's useful is running. It is. I am a little worried about how high it is, and it might want to tip over. We'll see how I do. Well, I guess I could be doing some physics warping here. Well, bad buttons. A little bit. Okay, we can watch this from the moon's perspective. Ooh, that's a little bit. Wouldn't mind being a teeny tiny bit closer. I'm gonna turn down this thrust limiter a whole lot. That's the engine I upgraded, so I have a lot of ignitions. Get this under 20 kilometers, I think. You want to limit your number of ignitions, which is really hard for me when I play stock, because in stock I do a lot of tapping on the throttle and all that kind of stuff. Okay, next stop, moon. That's really all there is to it, isn't it? So we're orienting this for solar panel purposes. We can hit delete on that now. And I I think. Here, let's put this engine limiter back up. Oh yeah, there's a lot. I'm paranoid about electricity. I shouldn't be. Okay, quick save. Let's get out there. So I'm just going to say warp to here and get out there because I don't think there's anything else to do. So warp to there. And somewhere, oh, I think I saw the moon coming at me out of the sun. It's a lot trickier, like with this inclination. Like, look how far down here the Earth is. Okay, I think. Yeah, we're here. Okay. We will run a program to do our circularization burn. Circ at periapsis. Okay, now we'll check it, but it looks pretty good there. Okay, F5 again. Do we have any science running? Because I don't know if I do. No. See, I've already collected so much science. Okay. 17-second burst should be good. Where is... There's the moon. Okay, let's get down there. Set altitude to surface. Alex remembers the conclusion of last stream. Actually, I do have an excuse. What ended up happening is because I staged partway down to the descent, and when I staged, I had it focused on the wrong vessel. And when I switched back to the vessel that was supposed to do the landing, it switched for me. Here, just wait. Run, execute, maneuver. There's the moon. So it actually switched when I did the staging. If you look at the stream carefully, you'll see that it does a switch on me. And I just didn't know this was a switch. But I'll be definitely more aware of it. I am a little bit worried about the tallness of this. I would have loved to have built it a little shorter and squatter. I just don't have the diameter parts for that. So I am a little worried about that. No, I don't know. Sorry, Supernova. I don't know what Black Rax Clouds is. And to get RSS Reborn, nope, not now. I got too many things going. Like, I got too many installs that I'm working with simultaneously, and adding more at this point is not something I'm really going to be getting into. Okay, so we're going to get our... The other thing I got to be careful with streaming, too, is getting too resource heavy, especially on the CPU and the GPU. I ran into that problem with Parallax. Parallax was too intensive to stream at the same time, at least for me with my internet connection and computer. And the stream just ran really, really badly. So I'm a little bit gun shy with really stepping up the mods a lot. Okay, that makes no sense. Oh, I did the wrong one again. Again, this is just alignment for solar panel purposes, but I put in the wrong parameter on the command there. I did the same thing again. My goodness, I'm stuck on that. Run, align, normal, not dorsal. There we go. And then we got to pick ourselves a landing spot. So we'll do this. Okay, happy with that. Delete that. Okay. What I want to do. What biomes have I been in? I'm looking at completely the wrong thing, and we can find that out by simply picking something like here, going to the moon, and something that is biome. Oh, gravity scan's a bad choice. Seismic scan's a good choice. Okay, so we've landed on the moon in Oceanus Pusillarium and Mare Orientale. So we got to pick a different one from those two. So we're going to open up our SCANsat mod, because I should have a pretty decent biome map of the moon by now. Look at that. Look at that. Let's close that. Look at that. I'm just so excited here. So this is our orbit here. And I want to land. What about this? What's this green? I want to obviously be in the daylight, but I'm looking at this green, maybe this red. What's this red? A major crater. I'm gonna have to come around again. And this green is the Aitken Basin? Whoa, this is saying... I don't think it has the night right. Because we're coming into the night, but it looks here like we're in the middle of the day. So I'm a little... Well, maybe not. I want to try and figure out what those things are. See, I think this night's not right. What if I refresh the map? Ah, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Let's... Oh! Sea of Tranquility. We are coming for Sea of Tranquility. And this one too. Mare Imbrium. Let's go for this one. Mare Imbrium. So Mare Imbrium. I know I'm butchering the Latin. You do not have to tell me that. So that is up here. It looks like. Up towards the... Yep. In this zone. It should be hopefully really, really nice. Well, thank you, Chris, for the kind donation. First donation for the AMD Ryzen 9 7950 X3D and the 59 when it comes out. I say 14,900K, but I think you're and the AMD guy, if you remember correctly. Well, thank you. That is very, very much appreciated. Okay, I think I'm going to go for around here. I think that looks pretty good. So, and if we miss it, if we end up going south, we'll go into this yellow zone. We also have major craters. I'm assuming maybe that's that major crater there. Could be. Okay, let's do this. So, biomap. You know what? I don't need this. I want to get myself about a third of an orbit, and then we'll do the... And I have a nice relay network going, so I shouldn't lose signal strength anywhere through all of this. I think that's looking pretty good. Let's put it on the retrograde vector. And I'm going to do a quick save, and I'm going to give myself permission to, if this goes really badly, to try again. And if you don't like it, too bad. Okay, let's do this. And I should... Oh, I'm not getting a prediction for where my... Kerbal Engineer should have an impact. If I go to probably on surface, a little X that you can put on. Altitude, vertical speed, Mach number, latitude, vertical situation. Impact marker. Install the impact marker. Okay. I should... There it is. So there it's predicting where our impact's going to be. I think it's pretty good for now, but we'll adjust that as we go. Let's deploy our landing gear. Roll this around. Put this on surface. And this on surface. Okay. Oh, we're getting a little bit of roll happening. I can't remember what mods do what anymore. I don't think I do have persistent rotation. I think this is built... Maybe I do. But time warping doesn't freeze the rotation. Oh, we got an Earthrise coming up there. Very pretty. I'm hoping to get into the sunshine soon. I cannot time warp any quicker than this, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, I could use trajectories too, but I find trajectories is much more memory intensive than Kerbal Engineer, and Kerbal Engineer will get the job done. I don't know if I really need it anyway. I want to put it down right around here. This looks nice and flat-ish in this zone. Right around here. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay, let's see. That might be a good time to take off a little bit more velocity. Hopefully my upgraded engine will continue to behave. Alright, I'm happy with that. Let's watch it from here. No, we should not. We should be... There's the sun. I was about to say the sun should be coming up soon. So once we're past the Terminator, we're just going to look for a good place to put down. I should have... I mean, I got 890 meters per second. That's a lot to put it down. So I'm very good for fuel. Another quick save would be a good idea. And the intense shadows should be... Like, doing it near the Terminator is nice because it gives you all kinds of shadows on the terrain. It makes it much easier for you to judge the terrain. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Oh boy, yeah, up here. I see this area. Okay, let's kill this. So, throttle up. Little more rugged down there than I was hoping for, to be honest. Oh, I can see I might give myself... Try and come over here. I can see the little red flickering. I'm not sure if you can. I'm going to give myself a little bit more travel time. Try and get into here a bit. Just got to watch my fuel. Okay, let's do it. I do have the suicide burn thingy on, but I'm not going to plan on doing a suicide burn. In fact, I'm just going to, again, point up a bit. Slow down. How far? 300 meters. Gotta get down. Come on. Go right by a big rock. That's not cool. I'm not sure if that rock has any physics on it, but I don't want to find out. Stay up, you stinker. Stay up. Stay up. You did it. There we go. All right. I am very happy with that. That came out really well. Okay, let's, if I turn off SAS, does it just sit there? It does. Good, good, good. Okay, so we've done the whole land on the Earth thing. Now we do have science that is being collected. Oh my God, we got a 90. I'm not doing this. No. I don't know why I brought this. Oh, jeepers. Oh, wait, it's on the bottom. Okay, I did think ahead. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I was looking at, I don't want to wait 90 days, but this stuff is all transmittable science down here. So, and there's an antenna on it, so it'll just transmit that. That is perfectly fine. What I need to do is do this Science Junior, and I got to do the Mystery Goo. Now, the Science Junior takes a ton of electricity, so I should have... somewhere on here, a fuel cell, which runs, this thing holds hydrogen and oxygen, and I got enough hydrogen and oxygen to run the fuel cell just long enough to run them, so the Mystery Goo and the material study especially takes a lot of electricity. So fuel cell, hydrogen, oxygen, fuel cell, turn that on, and then we'll turn on the material study, and we'll turn on the Mystery Goo. And that, hopefully my... electricity, yeah, the hydrogen will run for almost an hour, and I think it takes 20 minutes, so I got lots. I got lots. So basically, we're just going to run this until... where's the material? There it is, 20 minutes and 25 seconds. So let's do that. So I'm just time warping away the material study. And then we're going to transfer all of that science up to here. And we're going to motor on out of here. There's a lot. 81 science for the material study. And is it biome specific? I don't think it is. No, it's just moon landed. So this is a one-shot deal. So that means if I get this back successfully, there's no sense putting it on the crewed vessel that will come at some later date. There we go. Okay, so the mystery goo's just about done. Just 2.5 minutes left. Still 12 minutes left on the material study. Should be a healthy little load of science, yeah. The thing to remember, though, is that the material study is not biome specific. It's just moon landed. So once we're down, once we've collected this, it should be it. Seismic Scan just sent 54 science back. Actually, that might not have been, that's not this one. That was a different probe. Because we are in Mare Imbrium. Let's time warp a little quicker, get this done. Now, I'm always nervous coming off the time warp that you get the little physics bump. Always makes me nervous. So we'll make sure, hopefully we won't get that. Okay, we are off. There's a little physics bump. Here, that's annoying. Okay, and the material study is done. It says no storage left, and it didn't quite finish it. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Let's transfer everything to here. And all I really want to make... No, it's not up there. There should be sample slots up here. Oh, don't tell me I somehow messed this up. It transferred the data. Uh-oh. It says there's 18 slots. Oh, no, it's up there. Did it get all of it? No. Not all of it made it up. Man, I don't get how these slots work, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, that's in there, that's in there, that's... Oh, now it's all up there. I just had to push it more than once. You know what? I'm not... Okay, it's all in there. It's good, it's good, it's good. Okay, so we can turn off the fuel cell. Let's do that. That can turn off. That we used up all... Should be... Oh, there's still a lot there. I had a lot. Oh, the material in the materials bay got depleted. Yeah, but I thought one run would do the whole thing, but clearly not. There is... 0.1 science left. That's kind of annoying. Okay, I'm going to do a quick save. Because this is going to be a little nerve-wracking. We're going to... I don't trust the staging. Okay, so... You know what I should do? I know what I should do. I should put this in an action group. No, I should shut down this engine. Shut down that engine. Put that there. I'm going to quick save again so that if this goes terribly, terribly wrong, I got... Where's this engine? There's that engine. So there's a spark engine and that decoupler. I want these two to stage at the same time. Maybe an action group's not a bad idea. I don't trust the staging. Call me paranoid. Let's edit the action group. So what... This. Do I have one? I don't have anything in one. So we're going to... On one... Decouple that. And... Toggle the engine. Okay, so on one. So we're going to throttle up. F5 again. Okay. And Z. And SAS on. And we got to go to the east, which is this way on the nav ball. So 1. Okay, that worked. I was paranoid about nothing. Why was I so paranoid? Okay. Pushing over to the east. We'll go to about, I don't know, 15-something kilometers. Should have maybe looked to see if there was a mountain right there, but we noted that coming down that there wasn't. And we should have a boatload of science aboard. Should check that too. Okay, that's good. Scientific data. Oh, we got all of this stuff that we're transmitting to. We took some of that. I don't know how much of it we'll end up bringing back with us. So hopefully we won't run into any electricity issues. Electricity says perpetual, so that's good. All right. All right. So we just gotta... If I have this planned all right, it should be good. Okay. Let's get out to our apoapsis. This is our first time returning from the moon in this series. I'm hoping there aren't any surprises in store for me. Radiation scan of 18. See, we're getting lots and lots of science. Lots and lots of science. Temperature scan. Even if I don't end up transmitting all that, by the time I get back, I'm recovering it, so it should be good. Cute little ship, you think? I like it. And that thing that's left behind is still doing science. I do want to emphasize that. Maybe we should check on it to make sure that it is. But here, let's do this though first. Okay. Oh, we do have. I still do have my KOS stuff. Neat. KOS probe core was on this. Run align. Normal. Oh, what'd I do? There it goes. All right, so let's just do a quickie look. So this is Lunar 3, but I should have, it's called Lunar 3 Probe. Might want to rename that, but that's the part, this is the part that's sitting on the surface, and it should, yeah, it's running still the seismic scan, it's running the gravity scan, so it's doing perfectly well that way. Can I rename this from here? No. That's okay. All right, now we got to get ourselves back. Okay, so now we are in a very inclined orbit. I'm hoping this isn't going to mess me up. Should be about 240 to get ourselves back, and I got 362. I should be fine. Should be fine. I think I'm paranoid for no reason. Play a little bit with the timing of all this. That's making it better. That's making it worse. I'm gonna go for, because this is what I do in the stock game, about a 35 kilometer periapsis, or I guess perigee being the fact that it's the Earth. I'm just trying to get the timing as efficient as I can. Oh, that's starting to go back up again. And then a little bit off on this. There we go. That should work well, I think. And yeah, so we'll put an F5 on this again. It's a 15-second burn coming up in about 30 minutes. Sorry, I have it's sort of funny on the chat. I can't read your there. Radial can help on a high inclination return. That's true, but it seemed to be okay. It seemed to be okay. Also, just waiting a bunch of orbits can also help. Okay. Run, execute, maneuver. Okay, how is our data doing? Is any of this getting... Some of it's getting transmitted. Lunar 4 probe is low on... Oh, it probably... okay, after this burn... I don't think I set up... It's probably just went into the night. Yeah, I did. I landed right at sunset, didn't I? That's kind of dumb. So it probably just drifted into the night. That's why the batteries are getting bad. So I should get into the automation and have it shut itself down at night. But I want to get this burn out of the way first. Let's turn this way. Everything looks better in Freeview. Okay, 2, 1, and go. And if all goes well, this is the last burn this thing will have to do. Let's see what we got happening here. Close this. 30 kilometers. That's a little bit... I don't know. I don't know if... I would think in a stock game it should be fine, but I got ignitions. I know 35 always works well, so I'm just going to kind of increase that a little bit. Oh, stop. You're going to get in. There. Okay, that's good enough. We're on our way back. Okay. So let's go to Lunar 3. Oh, it was Lunar 4 probe, wasn't it? Yeah, it's Lunar 4 probe that's running out of electricity. Do I have any automation set up for this? I don't. Okay, so in the shadow, we want to turn everything off. I never set this up. This was done yesterday, this one. And in the sunlight, I want to turn everything on. That should be it. And when the drive is full, I want you to turn the gravity scanner off. And when the drive is empty, I want you to turn it back on. Okay, and let's take a look at Lunar 3 probe. That's the one that just landed. If I go to... The numbers don't make sense. I was launching these out of order of the way I built them. So again, in the sunlight, you can turn everything on. It's great that you can do this all from here. You don't have to go to the... Oh, not the fuel cell, though. Not the fuel cell. And same with the mystery goo and the material study. Don't turn those on again. Okay, that's good. And in the shadow, I want you to turn everything off. Seismic scan, temperature scan, fuel cell doesn't matter. And if the drive is full, I want you to turn off the gravity scanner. And if the drive is empty, I thought I'd set this up before, but obviously not. Okay. Lunar 3, back on this. Okay. All right, this should be it, right? Should be. Let's do it. All right. Goodbye, moon. I'm a little excited about this. I gotta be honest. A little bit excited. First time coming back from the moon. I like that the moon actually looks like the moon. Where is the Earth? Put it back on orbit. I don't know where the Earth is. There's the moon. Thought it was like below us or something. Oh, there we are. There we are. So what did I... sorry, NC Davis is saying you left Lunar 3 seismic scan on don't care for the drive full. Oh, and empty on the automation. Did I? Okay. Actually, I think the seismic scan is done anyway, so it may not matter. Here, let's take a look. Sorry, you're looking at... I messed up with the seismic scan, you're saying? Oh, when the drive is full, that's fine. The seismic scan isn't the problem for the drive. It's the gravity scan. We'll go back to here. It's only the gravity scan that's an issue. Okay, how close are we? We're still just under 2 days. Let's get there. Whoa, 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 whoa. That happened really fast. Okay. Okay, so splash down and land somewhere. So hopefully we can retract this antenna. We don't need it anymore. We must have transmitted all... No, there's still stuff being transmitted. The gravity scan stuff. That is so wild, even though there's hardly anything here. Okay, retract that. Let's get a little closer. Could my KOS orbit script be used on the moon? No, I'd have to write a new one. The way you get off an airless body is very different from... And it's specifically set up... Sorry, I gotta do a little bit of a separation here. There we go. And onto the retrograde vector you go. And hopefully everything else will go okay. No, it's specifically set up for Earth and Kerbin. Considering this is an Kerbin-sized Earth, it works for both. Sorry, I gotta put this on. Free, that's the way. Okay, here we go. First time coming back through the atmosphere, so... Actually, that's not true. I've orbited Kerbals and stuff. Parachute is armed. Alex, it should be armed. I can see it's a very light blue. It's probably hard to see, but... Okay, I'm getting a little bit of a temperature gauge, but it seems to be okay. We have lost our connection because of the plasma blackout, but that's fine. That's to be expected. I probably could put together some sort of ascent script from the moon, but I don't do it enough. That's the thing. I like to do it for things that I do all the time, you know, executing maneuvers and stuff like that. That's what I prefer it for. Well, we are pulling G's now suddenly. Looks like we're going to land in the water. I'm perfectly comfortable with that. Where are we landing, by the way? Whoops. Oh, why am I... There we go. We are landing... Oh, off the coast of Australia. It's Australia. There's Australia behind us. Lots of slowing down happening now. Missed the boomerang. All right. And this parachute is armed. I'm trying to remember what altitude. I didn't adjust anything. It's all on the defaults. Getting lots of notifications here. Oh, this is the vessel complete. Okay. I hate the stage being destroyed notifications. Vessel complete. Oh, that's all that's happening, or vessels being completed. Okay, fine. All right. Yeah. There it goes. There it goes. You're starting to make me worried. And this is the Mark 16 parachute that's meant to go on top of that Mark 1, or the, yeah, on the Mark 1 command pod. So it is way more parachute than what this little thing needs, but that's the smallest parachute I have. So this thing's going to be falling very slowly. I don't need SAS on anymore. I love this little return capsule. It's great. I'm not 100% sure. Is it a restock thing? Does it come with one of the DLCs? I don't think it's a pure stock part. I get mixed up where what goes from where. All right. It's a restock plus part. Ah, it's a beautiful little part. Thank you. The Lunar 3 batteries are almost empty. That's fine. We do not need no stinking batteries anymore. Almost there. Oh, I still got that on. Turn that off. That's silly. Boosh. And recover. Yeah, there's no science on here. Just normal recovery. Okay. Awesome! That should be that contract, too. I gotta be honest, that all went way better than I thought it was. I was paranoid all the way through it. I was paranoid all the way through it. But I'm thinking I'm going to be, the next time I go back to the moon, I'm really thinking, I mean, unless something really inspires me to go back there again for something else. I don't want to go back for a little bit. I want to start focusing on Kerbals. Okay, so a whole bunch of science being recovered there. We now have 363.3 science. That's awesome. I'll take a look. Maybe take a look. What is this? Oh, this is these. They end up in funny spots. The launch clamps. There we go. Got a couple of notifications here. Some world first. We've returned to from the surface of the moon. We have returned from a flyby of the moon. Oh, I guess that's true. And we returned from orbit of the moon. Yeah, this is our first time. We never did a flyby and return. Land on the moon and come back to Earth. Did you forget something? I hope not. Lots of money and science and reputation. Okay, that's exciting. All right, so what I want to do, let's see. Can I get something else researching? I'm thinking I got 300. I know I got to come this way. Oh, do I have to upgrade the R&D center? I might. I do. Okay, I gotta upgrade this. I got the money. Let's start this upgrading process. So that's gonna take some time. That's gonna take 22 days to upgrade that to level 3, so I can get, so I can start getting some more of that tech going. But why don't I, in the meantime, we got a couple of rockets. Oh, they're all been built. Okay, let's send up one of these science probes. We'll finish it off with that. We'll send up one of these science probes, and well, let's warp to sunrise. And we'll see how this little science probe things works, and looking at the time, probably after that, going to call the stream. So I'm thinking next week, more of those science probes, but also I think going for that docking in orbit for Kerbals and trying to unlock some more science. Okay, so here we are. No contracts associated with this. This is just a science probe. Let's just run. So we're going to go running. We've got to write our orbit script. We're going to head towards the south at a heading at 185 degrees. That seemed to work really well. And we're going to go for a 200,000 meter orbit, otherwise known as 200 kilometers. Okay, that should be good. I've noticed that Big Boss is talking about when you put on the aerodynamic overlay in the VAB or in the spaceplane hangar. Sometimes the ball looks really small. I've seen that, and I've never quite understood that. It's not your imagination. But sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if it's a mod that causes it. I honestly don't know. Bang? What's gonna go bang? Nothing's gonna go bang. You're paranoid. Hooter's paranoid. So the goal with this is science. We have a gravity scanner on there, and I definitely want to launch more gravity scans, get that kind of stuff going. We also have this new herd experiment, which I've yet to try out. But that's what requires me to go into a polar orbit. And if I recall correctly, let's just filter by this vessel. Oh, it takes 14 days to collect. The data rate's only 630 bytes per second, so it's not like the gravity scan that takes a lot of bandwidth. Probably don't. Sorry, let's look at it again. Maybe put one in low space, one in high space, and just kind of call it. The herd. Oh, it's for magnetic field. Okay, so we need to put one in the inner belt, outer belt, and the magnetosphere. So we'll end up launching 3 of the herds. 3 herds. I heard that before. Okay. I'm noticing at the same time it stages the fairings, it also comes across and locks onto the orbital prograde vector. Look at that, 90.0 inclination. It might not stay there, but that really makes me happy. Okay, going for 200 kilometers on our apogee. And then we'll figure... It's kind of weird that you're going for... It's measuring magnetic fields, but it's got to be in a polar orbit. But the magnetic fields, like, you know, go more or less around the equator, not really. So it's kind of... You're going to have... No matter what you do, you're going to be in something that's going to go in and out of the magnetic fields all the time. I find that just a weird combination. I wonder why it's set up that way. Oh, we are in space. And deploying stuff. Only 33 meters per second left in this stage, but I'll turn this down to give it a reasonably sane TWR. Oh, the burn's all set up, but again, I'm not going to let you do it. You are not to be trusted. SAS on. Oh yes, and we have hardly any reaction wheels, so I'm right now hard on the pitch, trying to get up to where that burn is. It's getting there. I got 8 minutes to get there, so it's not a biggie. Perhaps it takes different readings from different latitudes. I guess so. I'm not much... Don't know much about no space science probes, really. It might be based on something historical. Who knows? Okay, just trying to get right onto that little vector there, and then we'll... Gotta be a little careful when I time warp, because it won't freeze its attitude when I time warp. So if it's already kind of moving a little bit, it'll just move even worse when I time warp. Okay, let's time warp cautiously. There we go. Will this stage? Yes, it will. So coming over the... We went south. So we should be coming over Antarctica. Oh, like this looks like South America here. Is that right? Oh my gosh. Why does it always default to like crazy mode? Yeah, that's South America over here. So we should be seeing, oh, starting to see some Aurora Australis. And start to see Antarctica coming up below us. This might be my first polar orbit. No, it's not. I got mapping satellites. That's right. It's not my first polar orbit. Just going to try and get right onto that. Maneuver node again. Got 30 seconds to the burn. Oh yeah, I'll turn on the magnetic field view in just a little bit. We can see what we're doing. Because there's going to be a lot of delta V in this little probe up at the top when I'm done with this orbital insertion. Okay, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Onto this little... Whoa, 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 why did it completely lose attitude control? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are you going, mister? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, there. Oh, it's just... Okay, I know what's up. I know what's up. Okay, reduce throttle. Okay, so... Should have tested this in orbit. Have to remember this for next time. Remember before I got just to the point of saying, oh, it'll be fine. I should have gone a little bit further in my testing. There is most certainly a mass imbalance here. Okay, you know what? It's good enough. Just let this go. So, yeah, it has to do with this stupid antenna being way. I wonder if I could retract this. Okay. I'm going to just... I don't know if it's... When I open that, if it's simulating the mass being out here. But there was definitely a mass imbalance there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, whatever. We're in an orbit. Okay, so let's put on that lower belt magnetic field. And what I'd like to do... I think I want to make it just a little bit higher. Oh, I should have upgraded the probe body. Because every time it goes through this radiation belt, it's going to get cooked a little bit. Yeah, I think I want to go just a little bit higher. Maximize my time in the magnetic field here. Oh, of course there's no storage space because I just noticed, but that's because I took the antenna down, so there's no transmitting happening. That's okay. We'll get this sorted out first. Okay, prograde. Now, if I keep the thrust down, I should be okay. Just a little bit of thrust. I just want to push this out so it's a little bit more solidly into the belt. That looks pretty good. Okay, and then we will tumble on. Should probably pay attention. No, electricity is fine. Lunar 5 probe batteries are getting low. Well, whatever. It should take care of itself. With luck, it should take care of itself. There's no more electricity in Lunar 5. We've lost control. Okay, Oh, that's a different lunar probe. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I never set that one up either. That could be, but whatever, I can't communicate with it now. Okay, I just want to push up that periapsis just a little bit. Okay, that's making me happy. Alright, so open up KOS. Oh, there's no KOS core on this, you dope. So let's just orient this for solar panel purposes. Just kind of do it manually. So you can see there's still lots of delta V, so if I want to go to a higher belt, I can with the next probe, but I definitely want to finish that, or fix that thrust balancing issue. Let's extend that antenna. So this is, if we can start transmitting some of this away. We should also get into the automation, and if the drive is full, we want to turn off the gravity scan. And if the drive is empty, we want to turn it back on again. Okay. So are we transmitting stuff away? We should be. We're transmitting, right? I want to start... Oh, but the herd is still running. You know what? I'm just going to leave this. Let this run. We've transmitted 0.1 science. I think it should be okay. So I think, where are we here? I'm thinking this is going to be okay. Clearly needs a little bit of tweaking before I start launching the other ones, but I think it's going to be all right. It'll get the job done. We'll keep an eye on it, but I'm looking at the time and I'm thinking this might be a good time to bring this stream to an end. Next week we'll launch a few more of these. We'll tweak them a little bit, but I'll also take a look at building myself a better crewed orbiter and look at docking a couple of vessels and get ourselves building towards getting some space stations. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's watching this at a later date. And of course, and as always, a heartfelt and appreciative thank you to all of my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who support this channel and everybody else who supports this channel in whatever way that they can. Thank you, everybody. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye.